So good everyone, thanks for tuning in with us today. I'm Daniel from the Caravan Industry Victoria.
And I'm Luke from Caravan Industry Victoria. And we'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming into our ServiceSafe booth and checking it out. We've had a bit of a competition with our colleagues. We've been working from home since March the 23rd, so it's been a while now. And we've heard a lot about how they can create an awesome booth and how good they work. And we've done it and we've nailed it.
Yeah, well, we think, really what we wanted you guys to do is leave your comments in our chat room, how good our booth is. So the teams that we're competing against is a marketing team. So this is just me and Luke who have got no idea how to use technology or anything like that. And we've got the, the ServiceSafe booth, and we're going to talk to you about ServiceSafe and what it is. But the two booths that we're competing against is the National Caravan Industry Training College and also the Caravan Industry Victoria booth. Obviously, that's who we work for, but that doesn't matter because this is all about the competition of who can create the best booth for the show. And we think that we've nailed it. Ever since we started it, we were the first ones to start, even though we had no idea what we were doing. And then now they're copying us. Like, Luke, we logged in the other day, and I couldn't believe they just wanted to copy us.
Imitation is the ultimate form of flattery.
That's exactly right. So viewers, what we need your support in it. We need to rally the troops. So get all your friends and family to also comment on our chat just how good this booth is and how good this video is, or how bad this video is. So probably to get serious, Luke, probably talk about ServiceSafe and what it is. I know that you've been doing the audits the last couple of years with us. So, I'll sort of start off that, we started ServiceSafe. It was off the back of a research project the association did about, how do we set members apart from the rest, but also how do we promote service and repair companies, because there's so many of them around the country, but how do we make them stand out and how do we set a standard? So I think if I go back, it was 2015 when we started it, at the back end of that year, and it also encompasses training activities as well. So did you want to just give, sort of what you go through? We've got the catch cry, and I know you had it in your diary before about better equipped, better trained, and better service was sort of the mantra that we embedded into the program. But you want to give us a bit of a background to it and what you do and how you do it?
Yeah, look, so that's better equipped, better trained, better service is the motto, and our audits are set up to enforce that those standards are upheld. So we've got when we go through, we check that the repairers and service agents that are a part of the program, that those staff is trained. But qualified technicians for all of our service and repair agents in their businesses. We make sure not only that, but they've got all their own equipment, that their equipment is taken care of, it's in good working order, and it's always serviced.
We make sure they got all their appropriate documentation, insurances and stuff like that, making sure that they've got, proper processes around their orders and stuff like that, and, making sure they document what consumers want, and then, there's privacy policies around their goods and stuff, items that come with the vans when they get delivered and dropped off.
Correct.
But it's really about sort of trying to set a standard, Luke, isn't it, for the service and repairers? Some will be better than others, but it's really about setting a standard.
It is all about setting that standard, and the way I look at it is when I've gone to a ServiceSafe repairer to do an audit, immediately I pull up out the front and I think, is this somewhere I would want my van to be serviced or repaired? Would I be comfortable leaving my pride and joy at this premises for a week or two or a month or whatever it may have to be? And I can honestly say that for all of our agents, that I would comfortably leave my pride and joy, something that I've saved up a lot of money for, and I would happily leave it with any of our members in full confidence that they're going to take care of that investment that's sitting in their yard.
Yeah, correct. I remember when you first went out and did the audits, one of the first things you said, you could really tell the difference between ServiceSafe businesses and the ones that weren't a part of the program.
Yeah, correct. You can, and it's that feel. It's that feeling of confidence that when you take your van there, it's in good hands and you can walk away satisfied. Where some members or some non-members who aren't part of the ServiceSafe program, would I have that same amount of confidence? I don't think I would. That's not a knock on them, but it's more an endorsement of how the ServiceSafe program has added value to our members and our participants, and how it's helped them grow their business, really.
Yeah, correct.
So
even little things like, they have to have their the waiting rooms and neat and tidy. Back in the old days, you could have axles and bearings on the floors, and you trip over them when you walk in. Just simple little things, even like their workshops and neat and tidy. But I think we probably can't undervalue the importance of the training and the training aspect. Yes, some of the repairers could have been in industry for a long time, but with the training, we're really trying to set a standard of what and how repairs, maintenance and service should be done. We've been fortunate where a lot of these businesses and the top-notch ones have been working with us to develop those standards as well. So probably something else, Luke, that we sort of probably should touch on is our caravan service times that we worked on. So we rallied up the troops from around the country and worked with IGA to develop some standard service times. And I know you've had a look at those, and geez, it's actually really good, and you can see it all in front of you.
Yeah, so we did. We worked with IAG a couple of years back, and they helped us, along with all those repairers from around the country, in developing those service times, which are which gives consumers and repairers a great level of transparency. That what's the best word?
It's really,
you know what I mean?
Transparency around what's involved, but what sort of a, what a service should be. It's also recognisable, and it's been endorsed by insurance companies to say, well, this service is 3 hours or that's 5 hours, and it's consistent across the board, no matter who you talk to, whether you talk to your repairer or, your service agent or,
or your insurance company.
It's consistent, and it's been developed.
Yeah, consistent. That's the best word.
It's been done in partnership. Probably something else you've been working on, mate, is developing a minimum standard for a service as well. Everyone sort of does it differently, but you've sort of been driving a minimum standard.
Yeah, we have. We've worked with a few of our members to sort of combine what a lot of people do together. Like you said, some will do X, Y, and Z, some do A, B, C, and we've merged everything together to make a consistent level of service across the board, which we see as best practice.
Yeah, correct. And I guess, we're going to continue to evolve Service Safe. It's not going to sit stationary where it sets the same standard each year. We're going to sort of evolve it. And the beauty of Service Safe is that each year a business must be audited. So the accreditation, as we claim, isn't for life. They've got to get audited each year. So you're going through their business in a rigorous fashion, and, travel around the state to see how they're performing and what they're doing. We also obviously get feedback from consumers if there's any issues, and we sort of look to enhance the standards around those on the feedback that we get.
Yeah, that's correct. And actually, I have to say, in the time that I've been with the association, haven't had one phone call regarding any of our Service Safe participants, which again, I guess is a glowing endorsement of the program. Yeah,
I think it's, and I say this because, both you and I are from manufacturing days, but the service and repairers are a little bit of a hidden gem, and they're not, and the reason I say that, they're not publicised as much, but from a consumer point of view, it's so important after you bought that product, and as you said before, the pride and joy, that these guys are really, really good at what they do, and it's just not out there in front of our face because, we run the shows and you see the manufacturers and the dealers. It's just not seen, I guess.
It's not front of mind, but that's something that I know that we've spoken about, that we want to really promote in the upcoming sort of 2021 now and moving forward, and sort of getting that profile out there of our service and repair members. As I've said numerous times, they're almost our best kept secret.
Correct.
So it's really important that the consumers out there recognise who they are, and we promote who they are and what they do and how well they do it.
Yeah, correct. And I think, in talking with them, they've been touching vans that are, a couple of months old to 30, 40 years old. So they've seen the best of the best and the best ways to do things. So, their knowledge and expertise is very, very, in depth and knowledgeable, and they're the people that we sort of go to for how to do things.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
So we'll probably wrap it up there. just remember, get into the other booths and make sure we say how good our booth is, and we endorse ours in our chat and say how good ours is or how bad this video was. So thanks for voting and getting on board with us. We think it's the best, even though it's probably only mediocre, but that's all right. We're just here to promote our booth.
And I guess just to finish off, I will be sitting in on the booth for the duration of the show. So if you have any questions, feel free to jump in the chat room and ask away. We'll also be having some members of our program join me over the 5 days, and they'll be able to help you out with their expert advice. So please feel chat.
Yeah. Please get all those questions and queries out and ask away.
That's it.